said, empty your mind.
So as you've seen in this Chum Kue form, there's two sections there where we do a little rinsing and repeating, and I'm just gonna have everybody follow me through those two sections, and then we're gonna go ahead and go through that whole first half of the first set together. So the first thing I want everybody to do is get in your front stance. You're gonna thrust your hands onto that double bill G, and then you're gonna bring your hands down to the left side of your body. Your left hand's on the bottom, your right hand's on top. And we're just gonna do the switch again. Bong sao, wu sao. Your wu sao, your rear hand drops to the bottom. Bong sao, wu sao. Bong sao, wu sao. The students I find that really take the time to break down the sets and get the little details in between really seem, their Kung Fu really does seem to represent that work, that extra time they took. And when they're doing the form, these parts seem to just flow because they practice it so much. And they understood here, look, I'm in a good left neutral, my angle's out, my bong sao, wu sao. When we're dropping our hands down, I'm not just raising up, raising up, raising up. I'm dropping down and then my bong sao is coming out and up. And my wu sao is coming out and out. So I'm going here. Just like in the Silam Tao form, here, here. That same thing's happening as we go switch. So one more time, good front stance. Start with your hands to your side, thrust out, drop your hands down, you're on your left side, left hand on bottom, right hand on top. Bong sao, wu sao. Bong sao, wu sao. Bong sao, wu sao. Bong sao, wu sao. And once again, you can just practice that all day long. You don't have to move forward until you're really comfortable with this. If you've gone through all the lessons up to now, this should be a cakewalk. If you've been practicing all your bong saos and your quan sao, and practice when we did this in the quan sao lesson, this should just be a cakewalk. Great. Now let's take a look at the other part of the Chum Kue where we're doing that exchange from bong sao, wu sao to lap sao and elbow. I want you to go ahead and take your left neutral stance. I'll be your mirror. So everybody's in a good left neutral stance. Your hands are out and your left hand now is in bong sao and your rear hand is in wu sao. Now what you're gonna do here as we switch, we're just going from left neutral to right neutral, is your lead hand just drops your elbow and you come like there's a bar and you're holding it, do a lap sao, and the other hand's gonna throw an elbow straight back into the wall that way. So everybody's in a left neutral, hands up, bong sao, wu sao. We're gonna switch, lap sao, elbow. Elbow should be straight back, not here, straight back. Lap sao in front. Drop your hands back to the side. We'll go back to that bong sao, wu sao. Watch how little this movement is when I do it with my lead hand. It's just my elbow drops and I go into that lap sao, right? Bong sao, wu sao. Lap sao, elbow. Hands come down. Bong sao, wu sao. Lap sao, elbow. That is a rinse and repeat all day until you own it. Let's do that again. Left neutral, hands up, left hand in bong sao. Bong sao, wu sao. Lap sao, elbow. 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 And when teaching the Silam Tao, or sorry, the Chum Kue form, this is something I have students just rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. And then when we put the whole form together, they seem to flow really well through those sets.